we are being joined by Robert Bell from Florida, a distinguished professor of practice at the Georgia Institute of Technology. Professor, thank you so much for joining us on WION. When Finland joined NATO, Russian President Vladimir Putin warned Finland of quote-unquote countermeasures, and previously had downplayed the significance of Finland joining NATO. And then we have this possibility of Finland becoming a base for U.S. troops. How will this issue play in the larger picture of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, in your opinion?
I do not think that there's a direct risk of active hostilities along the Finnish-Russian border. Finland's defensive position is very strong, has been very strong. Finland has a long relationship with Russia that Russia respects, including Finland being one of the few countries in history that defeated the Soviet army in the Winter War before World War II. So I think Finland adds to the overall deterrent strength that NATO has, and the effect of that is to continue to sort of isolate the active fighting in Ukraine.
And, you know, it was interesting when I read that while the majority of the Finnish population were in favor of Finland joining NATO, they're not so enthusiastic of having foreign forces on their soil. Something around 38%, definitely less than 40%. What do you make of that?
Finland has a long history of standing on its own and being self-reliant. And I just want to be clear that when a country joins NATO, it doesn't necessarily mean that U.S. forces, particularly at any strength, let alone nuclear weapons, must be deployed on that country's soil. Take Norway, for example. Norway was an original member of NATO, but Norway's position was that there could be no deployment of foreign forces from other NATO countries on Norwegian soil permanently and no nuclear weapons. And that was respected. So I think what's being talked about mainly in Finland is U.S. forces rotating in and out, showing a presence, participating in exercises, using Finnish facilities. And in truth, this was going on even before Finland joined NATO.
Very interesting. Professor Robert Bell, thank you so much for joining us on WION, and we look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
My pleasure.